Today, I'm with Shailene. She's a vendor here in the Overland Market. We're going to learn about her vision for her business, the inspiration that got her started. Shailene, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So can you tell your story on how did you get started with your business?
Yeah, so I've always wanted to own a women's clothing boutique. It's been a dream of mine for years. So I actually had a girl that I went to high school with. She started one and she kind of posted on Instagram about how she got started. So I reached out and got some more information on how to find vendors and different things like that. I currently work in digital marketing. So I knew that I kind of had a background that would help me get started. So we started off just launching online with 12 of Hearts. I think it was about 2 years ago. And then from there, gone to pop-up events and found our way at Overland Boutique. So
Fascinating. You say something about 12 event. What is it called?
The pop-up event.
No, not the pop-up event. What? There was another name. There's a website you put them on?
Oh, yeah, I have a website.
Okay, you have a website.
Uh-huh.
I guess, why did clothing? Some people do hats, some people do mitten. Why clothing?
I've always been really passionate about women's fashion, and I've wanted to work in the fashion industry. In Utah, there's not very many options to do that. There are like a few small local boutiques, but I feel like none of them really resonated with my personal style. And so I wanted to open up something that resonated a little bit more with my personal style that was here in Utah.
Okay. And how was the process in the beginning?
It was difficult at first. We ended up going to this event called Magic, where you can find a bunch of different vendors for your clothing store. So I went there after I was like registered as a business owner and met a bunch of different vendors, and it was really overwhelming. There was a lot going on there, but I kind of was looking for specific pieces and different like levels of quality, and I wanted high quality items at like a pretty good price point for my customers. So that kind of is how we got started there. And then, like I said, I have a background in digital marketing. So we just opened up our store using Shopify, and I've used it before for the other company that I work for full time. So that's kind of where we went from there. Yeah.
I think it's always, if you know marketing is key, because it doesn't matter how good your product is. If you cannot market yourself, no one will find you.
Mm-hmm.
You say you don't make those stuff, right? You have a supplier, manufacturer that do them for you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And how does that process work?
Yeah, so you can either shop online or in person at events, and a bunch of different manufacturers will come to these events or list their things online. You have to be a registered seller through the state in order to purchase at these events. So I either at the event or online. So I registered through the state to become a seller of clothing, and then I can purchase through those events or through those websites and at those events. So I would love to be able to design my own clothing someday. It's very expensive to do that. So I was like, I'll get started with a manufacturer and then at some point grow out to designing my own clothing.
And I know when you do contract manufacturing, sometimes they have a minimum. How does that work?
Yeah, there is a minimum. For us, it kind of varies depending on the manufacturer that we work with. I work with a lot of them, just depending on like different items that they have. Yeah. So they all kind of vary. Some of them have like a zero minimum, but there's like a number of items you have to buy, or some of them have $1 minimum. So it just kind of varies.
I see. I think in the age we are living in right now, a lot of people want to know where the items are made. You know, they are very cautious consumer.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Yeah. Right now, most of our vendors are based in the US, which is great, but everything is typically manufactured in China, just because of the way that it works with most of the wholesalers that I work with. I think it would be really cool to, once I'm to the level that I can design my own clothing, I'd love to have it manufactured here and support other local businesses in the local economy here. I think that that's important to me. So that's where I'd like to go long term.
Yeah. Long term, employ locally. You can control the product. More. So I see you have a lot of items. Can you show me one of those items that you have, like this jacket, for example?
Oh, yeah. So
what is this?
This is one of our faux leather puffer vests. I like this one a lot. Super warm, has pockets, fully zips. And then this one's available in sizes small to extra large.
And how much you sell something like this?
Yeah, this one is 36.
Oh, that's not bad at all. And do you feel like people get, when I think of craft show, I don't think I'm thinking of clothing. Maybe I'm wrong. Do you feel like people, when they come to show like this, they're expecting to see someone like you selling those items, or do you feel like you're like, what is this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like it really depends on the location. At Overland Boutique, I feel like I've done this one for so many events now that I think people are kind of hoping and expecting to see us here. But I've done other ones that are very craft focused, and I have felt a little out of place there, and it's been a little bit harder to get to like the right customer. So I feel like it really just depends on the market and the location and how they're marketing it too. So
yeah, sometimes you go to a market, you might sell out, and you go to a different market, you don't sell at all. I think it's so important for vendors to know what market they go to.
For sure.
Because sometimes they might get discouraged in not selling, but it's just the wrong market you're going to. It's not, the product have nothing to do with it. And I think as new vendor, they struggle to understand that. I guess you have a lot of items. You have a full-time job, it sounds like. How do you balance all of this stuff?
It's a lot. I really kind of go through periods of time where I create a bunch of content for like social media and like my website and schedule it all in advance. So then I'll just work a ton after I get home from my other job. I would love for this to become my full-time thing. That's my dream. Right now it's a lot of like just kind of scheduling it in between like big events, when we have new launches, and trying to batch create as much content as I can so that I constantly have new coming out when I sometimes am burnt out from working full-time on top of it. So.
And how many product items do you have? Like, do you buy half a dozen at a time, or how do you do that?
Yeah, we kind of have irregular launches. I'm hoping to get onto a more regular launch schedule where we have 4 new pieces every other month. We're getting closer to that. It really has been, since the beginning, a little iffy depending on just how sales are going, how often I order new inventory. But since we've started to get a little bit more consistent with our sales, we've been able to be more consistent with our launches, which I think is really important. And I love for my customers, especially those who have purchased from us multiple times and our regular customers, that they can have a more consistent schedule with launches. So
that's good. I think the launches give the boost for the business.
For sure.
When it comes to selling your items, I know you come to market and you have your background is in social media. How does your online sale go? Do you feel like that is picking up, or do you feel like slowing down?
Yeah. In the beginning, it was really hard to get website traffic and visitors. A lot of it was just family and friends that I knew. I do a lot of blog posts, and that's really boosted our organic traffic. I've tried a little bit of paid advertising, which I feel like is kind of all over the place. But where I've seen the most consistent, steady growth has been in our blog, and actually also through Pinterest. So yeah, we just kind of pin all of our clothing items, and then we've seen a lot of traffic come through there. So in the past little bit, our online sales have really started to pick up, specifically because of Pinterest, I think.
That's good. I mean, that is excellent. When it comes to your items, there's so many individual pieces that you have. And I know a lot of vendors struggle on where to store them.
Yeah.
Do you have a storage unit? Where do you store all of those stuff?
We have an extra bedroom in our house, and it is the 12 of Hearts room.
Oh, there you go.
So my husband also works from home. And
the husband, you know? This guy.
He works in the same room that all of this stuff is stored in. So he really puts up with all of my inventory everywhere, which I really appreciate. So.
That's good. I know a lot of vendors don't have places. They put stuff in the bedroom, the laundry room.
Yeah.
Rent an extra storage unit, you know, whatever you can do to make sure, I guess, the entrepreneur dream keep going.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you feel like a lot of vendors miss when they go to those markets?
I think like one thing is just talking to people, especially my first couple. I wasn't very like outgoing. I would just kind of let people come in and not say much. The more that I've like talked to people, I feel like it's forming a connection with people and they can kind of meet you and hear about your story and learn more about you as a business owner. I think that's really helped me at the markets that I've done, specifically at Overland Boutique.
What's the future for the business?
Yeah, I'd love to, like I kind of mentioned before, I'd love to have my own designs. I have a bunch of sketches that I would love to see come to life. So that's where I see us kind of going in the next couple of years. I'd love to have more consistent drops every other month. And I think it would be really cool one day to have an in-person store that was just like a regular store instead of going to pop-up events that people could come in. And I think trying on clothes is important to people and that's really hard to do online. So that's kind of where I see it going in the future.
Speaking about a store, would you physically sew them? Do you know how to sew? Like,
I don't really, but I'm learning.
okay.
Yeah.
No way. You can always hire someone for that.
Yeah.
And remind me the website again. What is your business website?
Yeah, it's called 12ofheartsboutique.com.
You have a Shopify, you have an Etsy shop, or
We're just on Shopify right now.
Shopify, Facebook, same thing.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all of those.
All right. Well, good luck today, and I hope your business success.
Thanks
succeed,
so
okay?
much. Thank you.
Thank you.